Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And before we get into today's content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this video. Today we are covering who potentially can win the women's 60-meter dash final. Now, most of you will probably already notice that I did not put Sant Price in this picture frame here. I just put the winners of their heats in here, not necessarily the other people that may be at large or that can do some things here. So I think it's going to be a mark against Sant Price because she took out and she got off on Swoboda, but winded up losing. So I think that's going to be a mark against it. They've already raced, but obviously things can change in the final. But here it is right now. So look, Swoboda sweating. She's nervous. It's probably just the championship type of nervousness, but that can either work against her, as it's done certain other athletes I've mentioned in the past. It affects people differently. So we're going to see how this type of nervousness affects her. How is that getting on her head? You saw it visibly on her face, and it might have affected her start a little bit more. Now, she had an easy time through where she was going through, but hey, it is what it is. 7.03. Got the same time as Brisco did earlier. Obviously, the PR is faster, so assuming that she's at her PR shape, she's having an easier round way through. But the nervousness could be affecting her. Obviously, Elaine Thompson-Herah has said that she's been nervous before her races. Other athletes at a championship are probably nervous, and Thompson-Herah shows it on her face. And then look what winded up happening. She's double Olympic champion, twice double Olympic champion. There, so there you go. Now, looking at the next heat where we come with Brisco, like I said, I really am looking at Brisco saying, even on paper, Swoboda is faster out of the two of them. Brisco is coming in with momentum with a PR. Same thing with Williams, but we'll get to her in a second. Brisco looks technically sound. She's coming through, and man, this is her day right here. If it's anything, this is her day. This is as far as her day, not necessarily to win, but I think it's her day as far as her best performances, and she's peaked at the correct time. I think that she's going to be pulling through. I'm pulling for her personally, but aside from that, if I had to take that out, I'll say my statement later. But Brisco, Mikiah Brisco, looking pretty good so far. Now, here's Williams. Williams, oh yeah, one last thing about Brisco. Kambunji actually got out on her at the start. Much better start than Brisco did. Now, this was a good start for Kambunji because Kambunji has either average starts. She's just an average starter. But this was actually a very good start for Kambunji. She just lost it later on. If you saw the side-by-side and you see the straightforward view of them, you actually see that Brisco comes up later. Kambunji has a shorter drive phase than Brisco. Brisco had a longer drive phase, about probably, another 7 meters or so? And that was the difference between both of them, if anything else. And then I noticed something else with Kambunji, but that's another video. Williams, what can I say? She's doing pretty good here. She did not look as good as she did in the first round, but she was relaxed and she came away smiling at the end. So as relaxed as she's gonna be at a championship setting, I'll say it that way. Not quite next to her PR again, but hey, Brisco matched her PR that she did earlier. That's a good sign. But Williams running slightly slower, that's not too bad. She looked good. She did what she needed to do. Can she be an at-large person to win? Some people were saying that maybe she couldn't win. But hey, look, she was the, many say, surprise winner at the World Youth 18 Championships just a few years ago. But I don't know about that being necessarily a surprise. Maybe in the 100 or to double, maybe that was a surprise. Maybe one of those events was a surprise. But her coming through with a win, I couldn't see that being a surprise. That's just people that weren't paying attention. Yeah. So as far as who do I think will win, right now, I'm personally pulling for Brisco. She looks like she's gonna come away. But I have to tell y'all gotta trust Otto. Otto knows what he's doing. Even if Williams did not come away with this win, y'all gotta say now, y'all gotta admit that that is the coach that she should be with. Y'all gotta admit that that's the coach that she should be with. We gotta end all of this talk about, hey, transfer over here. There is no monopoly over who the quote unquote best coach is, because the best coach is actually by wins and everything and records broken would be 2 American coaches. Okay, there are 2 American coaches. I ain't even gonna bring up their names. You guys should know what their names are. That's a different conversation. But here we go. Now, I think Brisco has the greatest chance out of the 3 to get this. Now, Swoboda, if she comes through and she's focused, or if that nervousness does not affect her, I think that it's going to be hard to beat her. But she's not unstoppable. I can see that right now. She's shown signs of weakness in her start and her recovery from that start. She's shown signs of weakness by looking a little bit heavy while she's running. That's hard to describe, but she looks heavy. But yeah, Williams, I think she has an outside chance of winning. I got to be honest here. I think she has an outside chance of winning, but it's not impossible. If it's not, I say the medals are between these 3. I will be surprised if someone else gets a medal between these 3 women. I would be surprised if Sant Price gets in there, if Jackson gets in there. Jackson, a side subject. Jackson, she didn't lean at the line. She keeps not leaning at the line. She did that at the Diamond League. She does that during some of her races throughout the year, and then she eased up. I can understand that she might have thought, okay, she's looking, she's glancing over, and then she sees that she might not be able to get first or second in her heat. I'm pretty sure she thought that. But to not run all the way through and lean at the line, that could have been a difference, assuming everybody else was faster, that she's not going to make it to the next round. Did she not learn from her 200 at the Olympics to, take these rounds a little bit more seriously? She didn't have to run her full effort, but she could have ran through the line instead of shutting down. And then it's about, 12 or 15 meters to go, and floating through might not have gotten her. But obviously, her coach has talked to her. She knows she does that. The coach knows that she does that. And maybe they said, hey, you can afford to do this because you're this much faster than everybody else. We're confident in this. Nobody's going to be able to get that time. And fortunately enough, she made it through. But I think that's an irritating thing. What do you guys think about who will win between all of these athletes? Like I said, I think Brisco is the favorite. Swoboda should, on paper, be able to get first or second. But then Williams, the wild card, in my opinion here, somewhat. I kind of got a bias for Williams, too. That's the thing. I got a bias for Williams. So maybe I'm downplaying Williams here. Because Williams is one of my favorite athletes to actually watch compete and everything like that. I know a lot of you may be surprised with that, but yeah, Williams is one of my favorite athletes to actually watch on the circuits. But let me know what you guys think. Comment below. The races are going on. Let me go watch the 400 and the men's long jump. Peace.